Have you ever thought of starting a water retail or distribution business? If you're looking for a product people buy every single day, regardless of the economy, then this video is for you. These are products people need, and it falls under essential product, and that is why it moves very fast. So whether you're selling locally or online, when I was in Lagos, because I practically used pure water to cook. If you're on the island, and especially if you're in an estate where the water has not been purified, like generally, you know that we had a borehole quite all right, but it wasn't really, nobody was really taking care of it. Our landlord was living abroad. He didn't care. We're just paying rent. So it was such a difficult time. We had issues with water. I never used to cook with the water, because even when you fetch the water and keep it, by the next day it's looking rusted. So I would buy this sachet of pure water in bags. Sometimes I'll buy them like 10, 20 bags, and I'll begin to use them gradually. And so I had a conversation with one of the suppliers one day, and I'm like, I was just asking him how the business was going, because I'm a business oriented person. I was asking him, so like, how much do you make like per day? And when this man told me that in a day they made over 200,000 naira in sales just from pure water, because they had this van that they used to go to do their deliveries. And from my calculation, a bag of water has gone up by 400%. So that gives us like around 500 to 600 naira for one bag of pure water today. So in today's worth, in today's time, if that man was still in business, he will be making about 800,000 naira on a daily basis. So let's say his profit out of that 800,000 naira is 40% of that money. So that's even like 320 in a single day. And yet people are overlooking all of these kind of businesses. And you see these businesses that people look down on, it's called the boring business, because it's just something people don't really pay much attention to. Pure water that people buy without even thinking about it. And that's exactly why I wanted to make this video. Because if you're looking at a business that moves, rain or shine, recession or no recession, you want to be selling something that people cannot survive without. Not something they want, but something they need. And water is that one thing. So hi, my name is Manu Chimbo. You can call me MVN. I'm a marketing research analyst, a savvy digital marketing professional, a business enthusiast. And so my business here is to bring you all the information you need to start up or to scale a profitable business. Let's get right into it. When I was living in Lagos, I spent 3 years on the island. Pure water was basically running in my household. I used to brush my teeth with it every morning. Every member of my family did the same thing. Every meal I cooked, I used pure water. Every time I needed water for anything in the house, apart from the one we drink in anyway, that one we either bought the bottled water or we fetch from the dispenser, because we had a dispenser at that time. And if you know the island, you already know what I'm talking about. Except you're inside an estate that they've treated their water properly, which, let's be honest, is not the case in most places. And so for most people, when they wake up in the morning, before they even check their phone, they're already reaching out for water to drink. It is the first thing, and most of the time it is the last thing. There's no day, no person, no situation where water is not needed. That is a demand you cannot manufacture. It already exists. You only need to position yourself and take advantage of the opportunity available. Now, let me give you the bigger picture, because this is not just a small business we're talking about. So globally, the bottled water industry is valued at between $350 to $364 billion as of 2025, and it's still growing. Projections say it could cross $600 billion by 2030. This is one of the fastest growing sectors in the world. Now, let's bring it back home to Nigeria. The sachet water market alone, which is what we call the pure water, was estimated at over $24.8 million back in 2021. Today, the number is significantly higher, driven by two simple things: population growth and the fact that access to clean pipe water is still a serious problem across the country. Lagos alone accounts for about 13% of national water consumption. No surprise, it's the most populous city in the country. The demand here is on a completely different level. And so the point is, this is not a small local hustle. This is a multi-billion naira industry that runs 365 days a year, and there's room for serious money at every level of it. So how does this business actually work? Right now in 2026, a bag of sachet water, that is 20 sachets, is selling around 500 to 600 naira. And if you're buying in bulk and distributing or retailing, your profit margin sits at 30 to 50%. For premium bottled water brands, some operators are seeing margins that exceed 100%. So to put that plainly, if you invest 100,000 naira into this business properly, you should be walking away with 30,000 naira or 50,000 naira in profit from that cycle. And because water moves fast, that cycle doesn't take long. The business is volume based. The margin per unit is not really massive, but the volume never stops. Now the question is, how do you actually get in? There are 3 entry points. You either enter as a retailer, or as a major distributor, or as a manufacturer producer. And today I'm focusing on the first 2 because production is a whole different conversation that deserves its own video. I'll get into that in the later video. As a retailer, you buy from a distributor or directly from the factory and sell to end users. This is the entry point for people who are just starting out and don't have a lot of capital. If you can begin here, learn the market, build your customer base, and scale from there. As a distributor, this is where the real volume play begins. You buy in bulk from manufacturers and supply to shops, to schools, to homes, offices, and even events. Anywhere water is needed, which is everywhere. And guess what? The startup requirements are not as crazy as people think. You need to partner with a reliable local producer or factory. You need storage space, and it doesn't have to be anything too big, but just functional ones. And of course, you need coolers if you're retailing, or a van if you're a distributor. And that's it to start. And from there, money comes in through bulk sales to shop, retail per bags or per bottle, and event supply contracts, which can be very, very lucrative during the dry season and during big occasions. Now, I won't lie to you, this industry is competitive. There are lots of players, with small street level sellers to medium-sized distributors, and everyone is fighting for the same market. But here is the thing, this business is not won by being unique. Nobody is buying your pure water because the brand is unique. Nobody is buying it because of a fantastic branding. They are buying it because you show up when they are needed. The business is won by being available. So your strategy has to be built around a few simple things. 1, competitive pricing. Others are supplying like 10 for 5,000. You could, decide to supply 12 for 5,000, making the cost for each unit, a bit lower for them. Second, fast restocking. You don't want to be called, "Oga, you get pure water today." You say, no get to, no. Nobody wants to hear that story. If I need my pure water, I need my pure water. Fast restocking. Number 3, understanding when they need it. Like for me, I think I used to buy it like every Monday or every 2 weeks. So my supplier, he sort of understood how long it used to take me to finish like 2,000, 3,000 naira own, and he's always there. Home delivery where possible, and strong relationship with the shop owners in your area. If they know they can call you in an hour and you'll be right there, trust me, you will outsell everybody. You will just keep getting demands and keep supplying, and that's how you make your money. So if you've been looking for a business that is recession-proof, that is genuine, non-negotiable demand, and that you can start at different levels depending on your capital, the water business deserves serious consideration. Whether you're starting with 100,000 naira or 1 million, there is an entry point for you. Like I said, in a future video, I'll break down what it takes to actually set up a production factory, because that's a completely different investment and conversation. But for now, if you're thinking retailer or distributor, you now have everything you need to start thinking seriously about it. Are you already in the water business, or is this something you would consider doing in the future? Please drop a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comment section.